What is going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. We're back. We are so back. See some people, some usual suspects checking in here. We got Joshua coming in. Good to see you as always, Joshua. Chad let me know that my audio was live. Yeah, I was going to mute it. And then I was like, whatever. But you probably heard me fumbling around with some stuff. I was turning on my cameras. But appreciate you letting me know so I don't do anything too embarrassing. MJ, good to see you, my friend. Steve is checking in. Steve's trying to get to Defensive Player of the Week status. Swag Coda ready to go kick some field goals. And then we got QB1 in the building. We got Ron. Good to see you as always, guys. Always good to see you guys. Let's get this giveaway link going. MJ, I don't think we had you added as a player prior. There's the giveaway link for you guys. I don't think we had you as a player prior. I can't remember, but I feel like we didn't create you as a player before, so I added you as one in the time since. I know you weren't able to make it last week, but I made sure I would get you added. Joshua says, "Did you start the fire at Lambeau?" Yeah, isn't that crazy? Wonder what was going on with that. Let's get back into it. Here's last week's stats. I wanted to see. Oh, I gotta fix this. There we go. I want to see where Joshua finished the week. He only had one sack, or not Joshua, Steve. Steve, you only had one sack, 4 tackles for loss, though. That's a pretty big thing. 6 tackles total. I think Kirby had a good game receiving. What did he have? Only 39 yards. I suppose we didn't throw that much. So, yeah, we'll see how this week goes. We are playing the Seahawks this week. We're not going to probably mess with too much of this stuff. See who we got ready to negotiate. I don't know. We're not going to do much with that right now. I don't think we're going to make it beyond a year in this league, just given the time frame. I think it's just something fun to do during the off season because the off season is so long, and there's not always a ton that you can talk about during the off season. So I figured this would be a fun way to still hang out every Tuesday while playing some football or talking some football. As always, feel free to drop the questions throughout the episode. We are going to be answering a lot of questions. All of this is kind of us hanging out. More rain. I think we had rain last week. We're just hanging out, having a good time. And I will say my favorite questions will get a bonus entry into the giveaway. I like to take these questions and make Facebook reels out of them after the fact. So Any types of like questions like that is always a plus. After we play a game, we are gonna do another season in the GM mode. So we'll see how that goes. I screwed up last week because we didn't look at our free agents midway through the season like I wanted to. So we have some work to be done there. I'm hoping that we don't lose some guys, but we very well may. That's on me as the GM, though. I see Steve coming in here already with a burning hot question. Burning hot question. We all know you love coffee and your body is dependent on it. If your lips were sewn shut, would you resort to a coffee enema to get your fix? Oh boy. See, I don't coffee for me is taste. It's flavor. I love like drinking I drink coffee black, or I have espressos and stuff like that. So it's not so much like, I mean, my body is probably dependent on it. I don't think I would go to that extreme to get my fix. I guess is what I'm trying to say here. I I enjoy drinking coffee or consuming coffee more than anything, but having a coffee enema isn't gonna scratch that same itch. I appreciate that question. That was a fun one. All right. Defense is starting out sluggish. Where's Steve at? I saw Joshua down there in the middle, holding down the fort, D tackle. Right there, Joshua is. Um, Steve says, "What's your favorite?" Steve says, "What is your favorite part about raising the boy in Green Bay?" Oh man, I feel like there's a lot of great things about living in Green Bay and bringing my son to Green Bay or raising my son in Green Bay. I think one of my favorite. Did they just fumble that? We got it. I guess so. All right, there you have it. But I think the obvious is my favorite thing or one of my favorite things. There's MJ as a running back. I wanted to think of what Trucker was. The obvious is like, you know, raising my son in Green Bay where the Packers are. We go to Lambeau Field a lot. I think that has to be a no-brainer. But I also think just the community as a whole is a pretty nice community. There's a lot of good people in the community. It's a lot of different types of people where he can kind of get to know. He has friends at school that are from all backgrounds, which is really fun. And I think it's just going to make him a better person overall. But we go to Lambeau Field a lot, and I think the opportunities to do things regarding the Packers or with the Packers is always like a big selling point for sure. Oh, that deflection's killing me here, killing me. We got Kirby here. Throw it to me. I'm open. That's a good question, Steve. I wish I had probably a better answer to it, but I just love Green Bay as a whole as the city. It's a nice city. Just I don't know, good spot to be. All right, Kirby says he's open. Ron sailed it on him. This weather's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one for us. We already got a turnover. That's our first turnover on the year, though, which is pretty interesting. I was just thinking about that this tonight while I was doing dishes. I was like, man, I haven't gotten a turnover yet. Did we pin him on the one? Ah, come on. Nah, rigged. All right, let's see. I'd add a little bit more swag to Patrick. I gave you the single arm sleeve now, gave you some cooler gloves. I also changed your name to Hall of Famer, I think. Yeah, Ron sailing him on you, Kirby. We're gonna have a controversy with the wide receiver diva going on here soon. All right, I saw some other questions here. Let's see if I can't jump back. Joshua says, "What's your second favorite place to eat in Green Bay?" I already go to Legend Larry's when I come to town, which spoils me. Oh, you're trying? No shot. You're not getting it on Patrick. No shot. Second favorite place. I think it's tough because it just depends on what I'm in the mood for, right? I don't know that I have a 1A or 1B. I obviously love Legendaries. You mentioned that. But there are so many great places in Green Bay that I love. If I'm going Mexican food, I really love La Creta. We were just there this past week, actually. They have some incredible quesadilla, uh, pasta or Italian. I'm a big Angelina guy. They are from Angelina and or from Italy, and even after our trip to Italy, some of the best pasta I've had. Um, Pizza, you have to go to Rustique if you're coming into town. Their pesto fries are just insane. So good. I don't know how they do it, but they are so good. Great wood-fired pizzas. Coffee, of course, Coffee Wizards. That's a must stop. Come on, Kirby. Oh, yeah, DPI. Call it. Call it. Zesties has really good custard. Man, there's just a lot of really nice places to go in Green Bay, and I probably missed some. There are a lot of places that I really enjoy when I'm going out to eat. All right, Kirby getting some action going here for us. Let's see if MJ can't do something. Oh, we slipped. MJ's got some burst there. Defense needs a coffee. Let's see here. That's a great question, though. I really enjoyed that question. Ron's too hyped up. He says, Ron's gonna settle in. I have faith that Ron's gonna settle in. The weather's not the greatest. Ron will settle in. Trust me. If I know my quarterback, he'll settle in. See if we can't get Kirby on a slant or Wilcox underneath, depending on what that corner does. No, the guy fell back. Sailed it, but oh my gosh, Wilcox. All right. That was on Wilcox, Ron. That wasn't on you. You threw a good ball on that one. I'm trying to force it to Kirby here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit on it. Otherwise, I'm surprised Tully's not in. Sailed it again. What are they calling late hit? We got some home cooking. What do we got going on? Defensive pass interference. Let's take it. Casey Carter would have caught that. Put me in, coach. If you'd have been here earlier, I would have put you in. All right, Kirby, you're good for this one. Look at that. The Ron to Kirby connection. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Is that Don Hudson? Nope, that's Kirby. Looks just like him too. We're on the board, ladies and gentlemen. The bad weather be damned. Let's see if Dakota can't put one through the uprights. It's a little delayed on my end, so that. Sorry, Kirby. Sorry, Dakota. It's a little because I'm doing remote play from my Xbox upstairs. My controls everything's a little bit delayed. So field goals are a nightmare to kick down here. I feel like passing's already even hard enough because everything's when you're doing like a game like Madden, there's a lot of precision there. Guys are cutting routes and you're throwing at that time. Everything has to be done like earlier than that, if that makes sense. Oh, who's Hannah here? Oh, let's go. Let's see here. Joshua says, I need to go to that cheese place in Green Bay that you go to. My wife and I love Wisconsin cheese. Yeah, great cheese, phenomenal place. Honestly, we talked about restaurants of where we're recommending. I haven't been to Scrate Cheese in a minute. Scrate Cheese in a minute. I need to change that. I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, we used to go like every weekend, and then life gets busy, of course, and whatever. But Scrate Cheese has the best cheese curds I've ever had. I've had, a lot of people like the Ellsworth cheese curds, which are great. And there's a lot of really good cheese curds, but I think Scrate Cheese in Green Bay makes cheese curds that are not only fresh, they make them 5 days a week, but I also feel like they have the really nice balance of not overly salty where you can consume a lot of them, And they have a lot of other really nice cheeses that they offer. I absolutely love Scree cheese. You definitely need to go there when you're coming in next. And what I'd recommend is if you're coming in on a game weekend, try to get there a little early because they can sell out every once in a while. I know one time I went there to do a cheese curd review and they were actually out of cheese curds. They sold out. So it doesn't happen often, but it can happen. So just something to be mindful of. MJ's running all over him. Just slicing and dicing. Steven, we have another Brandon McManus. Oh man, good to see you, Steven. You're in the inside linebacker spot. I haven't been doing you justice, so I've been trying to stay away from playing the inside linebacker. It's so much harder with the delay that I deal with down here. All right, we are going to do a play action. Let's see if Ron doesn't get the yips on this one. They're bringing it all. Oh, that's not on you, Ron. That was you got hit on that one. We're going for this, right? If you can't gain a yard, you don't deserve to be champions, as Vince Lombardi once said. Who's running this one? Number 6, is that Green? We're going fullback on this one. We can get this, right? Look at that. Oh, is that a Mon Green? No. All right. We got the first down. That's the important part. Chad says, in your opinion, what is a flaw at Lambeau Field that is overlooked and could be improved on? I mean, I think there are a handful of things. I almost do that. I thought that was the ref back there, but it was the safety. I think there are a handful of things that could be improved on. I think some of the things it's not really possible for them to improve it. You know, one thing as I think about oh, that might be an interception. Whew. One thing as I think about the times I've watched some of the older people there is the stairs are gnarly. The stairs to get up it, really hard to climb up those stairs. And there's not really a Tully. There's not really railings either. So there's no way for people to actually climb the stairs comfortably or easily. Oftentimes you see people as they're walking up the stairs, they're grabbing people to help them. And I think that's more just like the stadium's old and they can't really renovate to that point. But the other thing, the big thing that I think that they could really improve on, and I think they're slowly trying, is the fact of the crowd. Oh gosh, we just got rid of that one. The crowd sometimes. I think how fans are in a way is very frustrating at times. You have fans that are telling other fans to sit down, be quiet. I did not mean to throw that. Sit down and be quiet. And that's a really tough. All right, Dakota. All right, lock in on this one. Oh, we shanked that one. That's on me, Dakota. We shanked that one. But yeah, I think, the fan experience is just because you're standing up during a game. If people are standing in front of you and then people call security, it's like, well, what do you expect? We're here to watch a sporting event. I've just dealt with a lot of really poor fans over the years. And it's a frustrating thing when you spend money on a ticket and your experience is varied so much by who you're sitting by. I've sat by some incredible fans over the years, and I've also sat by some absolute terrible people, just people who are extremely rude. And I'm not the type that stands the entire game unless someone in front of me, if the people in front of me are standing the entire game, I'm standing the entire game. And I understand where there's frustration with that. But if it's a fourth down, this is a true story. If it's a fourth down and the opponent is trying to drive, they're still in the game, and I'm standing up and I'm yelling, don't tell me to sit down and give it a break, because that is just like a joke. If you don't want to be there, if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. Don't be there. But I feel like don't ruin someone else's experience just because you're miserable being there. That happened to me during the Dolphins game. I want to say in what year was that? 2018, I want to say. Come on, Tully. Yeah, let's go. All right, we got to pick it up. We got to pick it up. Clock's running. We got 2 timeouts. We can get this going. Should we huck 'em, chuck 'em, Kirby? See if that Ron Kirby connection's still there. Huck 'em. Huck it. Kirby's down there somewhere. Oh, a little too far. A little too far. MJ says, get loud for a reason. Yeah, I understand, like, dude, if they're on offense and fans are standing, like, I understand the frustration there too, right? Like, you don't want to be, you don't, some people are older and they're not able to stand like they once were. And I'm sympathetic to that. So I get that. But also at the same time, if it's 4th down and you opted to go to a professional sporting event, sorry, that's what you signed up for. Oh, Tully's got those brick hands. Got those brick hands, Tully. Joshua says, I think the stairs are slippery. Yeah, I've seen people fall down on them. And I think that's more just like, if the Packers make updates there, then they have to make updates. Like it opens the door of like all the other changes they need. So I think they kind of avoid it. But all right, we gotta start driving here, because no way can I kick a field goal from this range. Ron, good thing Ron can take it. Look at that, Ron, no problem, Ron, no problem. Man, we've had some good questions. I feel like those can be those are some good ones. Really insightful, thoughtful questions there. I wish I had better answers for some of them. Oh gosh. Let's get rid of that. Coach has given us some weird ones here. Steve says the Bears are now the favorites to get Max Crosby in a trade. Would you be nervous about the first game against the Bears next year? I think no matter what, we're going to be nervous against the Bears, right? Like we've had a couple really rough games against them. Oh shoot. All right, we gotta try to kick the field goal here. That was bad clock management there. I think I think we're all going to be nervous for that game. We're going to probably be without Micah, which is going to be hurtful. All right, we got one. We're going to be without Micah, which is hurtful. And then I would assume that we're going to be without Micah. If it goes how I think it's going to go, I think Packers Bears is going to be week 1. And so I think oh man, I think we're going to be without Micah, and that's going to be hurtful. It's going to be start of the season. It's probably going to be at Chicago. So then it's going to be a playoff like atmosphere, which isn't ideal either without Micah. But I'm curious if they'll actually end up landing them. They're probably going to end up having to give a pretty penny for him. So, I don't know. I would imagine it has to be more than Micah. It would have to be more than 2 first rounders would be my guess. Max is a freak though. That would be a huge add on to them. Oh, can we take it? You can tell Rich isn't my special teams coordinator here. Look at this. MJ's getting the highlight. 5 rushes, 53 yards, 10 yards per carry. Let's go. Every time you get something going, MJ, start throwing the ball like an idiot, and everything's delayed on my end, so it makes it a little bit harder. Should just run the ball. Even running the ball is a little hard. Like the holes, I can't hit them as fast as I'd like or where I'd like to. So, dude, MJ's just slicing and dicing these guys. All right, let's see if we can't get Tully over the middle. Can we get a cut? Oh, throw it into double coverage. Ron's been watching too much Brett Favre. Joshua says, I think it's going to be a crazy offseason with all the teams considering all the things that are happening right now. Yeah, how crazy is it that the Bears Pro Bowl corner just retired? Oh, I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Oh, that was bad. Their not corner, their Pro Bowl center just retired at 27 years old, which is pretty crazy. I don't know. That's a pretty crazy thing. Oh, I had him. All right. Ron says, how'd you get your start as a Packers fan? Good question, Ron. So, back when I was nice punt. Back when I was, I don't know, 4 or 5, my mom took my brother and I to the mall to buy a football jersey. And we had 3 options. We had a blue jersey, like a dark blue jersey. We had a green jersey, and then we had a purple jersey. As a boy, I was like, I'm not getting a purple jersey. And had it been the Lions, that like I don't know, they're what is it? The Honolulu blue. I may have probably taken that. Like I wouldn't have been surprised if I'd have taken if they had like a Barry Sanders Honolulu blue. I wouldn't have been surprised at all had I taken that. But it was a Cowboys jersey. So it's a Packers jersey, a Cowboys jersey, and a Vikings jersey. Something about that green number 4 jersey really spoke to me. So I ended up selecting that one. My brother, at the time, he took the Cowboys jersey, but then opted to be a Vikings fan shortly thereafter. My dad's a Vikings fan, and we have other people in our family that are Viking fans. So I don't know. I just kind of stuck with it. That was like my team, so I wore that jersey a lot. I started kind of following the Packers a lot more. I was pretty young, 5, 6 years old. I was wearing the jersey every week. The numbers were getting all faded out, and then it was around that time that the Packers won Super Bowl 31, which is the first game that I like vividly remember watching as a fan. Um, yeah, and then it kind of, the rest is history. Everything else just kind of stayed with me when I was in middle school and stuff. Like would watch on weekends, would watch football a lot, and it's just something that we always had, something we always did in the house and had fun with. So, and then once you're already a fan and established, it's hard to go back. It's a great question though, Ron. I dig it. Yeah, and that's another one. Hendrickson got cut, or he's not getting cut. They're not tendering him, so he's going to be a free agent as well. Ron, take this. All right, good pickup, Ron. I don't know even why I'm trying to throw it. I can't throw the damn ball to save my life here. But, it's just so appealing. So appealing to throw the ball. You have no safety over the top. I feel like we can have Kirby just huck it, chuck it, right? I can't even call the right play. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. We put MJ in a good spot. We don't run it, and then we get stuck throwing it, and I cannot run this offense to save my life. At least I can kind of blame Ron or whatever I got going on. I got Tully's brick hands here. That's really what's killing us. Tucker would have caught that, man. Tucker would have caught it. At least we got Aaron Rodgers out here punting. All right. Chad says, if Pennywise the Clown showed up in the storm drain and said he had some bishop items, would you crawl in? Oh. I mean, so I don't know the whole lore behind. That's it, right? I don't really know the whole lore behind that. I am not a scary movie guy at all. I probably wouldn't be talking to anything in a storm drain to begin with, but it probably depends what he had in there, if we're being honest. If he had something good, I'd consider it. All right, let's get Steve involved. We need Steve the wrecking crew here. All right, that wasn't oh yeah. Speaking of which, Kirby, thank you for the reminder. Let's all give a nice little happy birthday to Tully, our boy Tully. Happy birthday. Kirby says, do we got to cut Tully on his birthday? It's looking like it, to be honest with you. We didn't, I'm forcing him the ball a lot. I'm like, hey, let's get Tully one. It's his birthday. Let's do something nice. And it's not going well. I got to be honest with you. It's just not going well. Steve says, if someone offered you the right amount of money, let's oh man. All right. Steve says, if someone offered you the right amount of money, would you ever get a Bears tattoo with a stipulation you can never get it removed or add to it like they suck? How much would it take? So I can never get it removed and I could never add like they suck. Could I add anything of like a demeaning quality? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing that's part of the stipulation is that I can't add anything in a demeaning way. Does it have to be the current Bears logo? I honestly think it'd probably take a fair bit for me to do that. I mean, we're probably talking like 250,000, maybe 100,000. And I would put it on a spot where you're not going to see it. I'm going to put it, it's going to go on the old rear end or something like that where no one's going to see it except my wife. And my wife's going to be okay with seeing it because I have $100,000 from it or $250,000. I think that, I think once you kind of get into a 6-figure amount of money, that starts getting into that, not like completely life-changing amount of money, right? But $100,000 is a life-changing amount of money. It's not like on the high scale of life-changing, but $100,000 can change a lot in your life as far as, maybe it's setting you up, to buy a different house, or maybe it's setting you up better for your future. So I think maybe that 100 to 250,000 is probably going to be that sweet spot. All right. Got Tully blocking on this one since he can't catch. Well, neither can Kirby, and he's a wide receiver. So, I mean, I am thrown into triple coverage. Ron liked to watch a lot of Brett Favre, so I always heard completions are way more awesome when you throw them into triple coverage. At least MJ came to play. We gotta get another one here. I should probably just keep running it so MJ can get one. All right, there we go. Jay says, get the tattoo on the bottom of your foot, and then you're stepping on their logo every step you take. It's not a bad idea, except I would imagine tattoos on the feet have to be one of the most painful places to get tattooed. That would not do well. I have 3 tattoos right now, one on my back, one on my chest, and then one on my leg. And the chest one had some very sensitive spots. Dude, Wilcox cannot catch. All right, guys, we are going to fake this. They're never going to see it coming, right? They're never going to see it coming. Kirby wants to see if we can redeem himself. I think this is going out to Tully. Oh, God. Oh, God. They saw plot twist. They saw it coming. We trust our defense. We got a solid defense. 0 points so far allowed in the last 2 weeks. So I think I think Patrick's got his time coming up. We got Steven blowing up the middle. One of these days I'm going to get better for Ron's sake. If we're going to make Ron an MVP, I need to be working on this. I should start telling my wife that I can't help out with our son as much. I got to get in the lab. I got to bring home an MVP with Ron. Ron deserves it. My wife's met Ron, so if I can convince her that way too. Ron deserves it here. Steven's having a quiet game. Where you at, Steven? Getting double teamed. They watched the tape last weekend and they know. All right, 2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. Can we hold on? 9-0. I at least feel good about or double digits. Now, obviously, no lead is safe when you're a Packer, but I'm feeling all right with this one. We've had some fun questions. I appreciate it. It's going to be hard for me to figure out one. I really wish. My thought was the only difficult part, and maybe I should start doing it this way, because realistically, like, the good questions allow me to make clips that I post online. The more clips I have, the better the easier my life is, I should say. So what I should start doing, and maybe this is what I'll start doing, because a lot of the people that are here week in and week out. If I use your question in a clip, then you get a bonus thing. Because that way I can get more than one per week. Because, like, I feel like Ron's I'd probably use as a clip. I think Steve had one. Joshua probably had one. Depends on, boy, is that Caleb Williams? What is going on here? So I think that's the tough part. Because if I had to choose one, it's so hard to choose one. Kirby said, "Let me live." Oh, was that Steve? Did Steve finally get in there? I think he got a half sack if he did. MJ's got a good one here. That's Packers defense right there, baby. Six D backs in the area and still let them catch it. MJ said, you brought up the coffee concept at Lambeau. What kind of coffee? Light roast, dark roast, espresso? If I'm doing drip, oh, we let him get on the board. Oh, first and goal. All right, we got a blitz here. If I'm doing a drip coffee, I do a solely like light to medium roast. I never do dark roast. The reason for that is dark roast. You sent me this video clip, MJ, but dark roast doesn't have nearly the same amount of caffeine as a light roast. During the roasting process, it loses some of its caffeine content. So I always do lighter or medium. If I were doing the nitro cold brew, I'd probably do more of like a lighter or medium roast. Depends what you want. If you want more flavor notes, the light roast is your friend. The light roast can give you some really fruity flavor notes, where a darker roast kind of gives you more, they call it like chocolatey. It just means like more bitter flavor notes. But I think both are, I'm not a big fan of dark coffee. I'm much more of a light or medium. Joshua says, shocker that we're getting burnt in the middle. Yeah, right. All right. They're on their last time out, so we could essentially kneel this out, but I don't think we're gonna do that. Kirby said to let him live, so I guess we got to let him live. All right, Kirby, if you drop this, that was probably borderline DPI. That was borderline DPI. We can't call the same exact play again. Let's see if we can't let Kirby live after this one. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this down to 1 second, and then we're gonna call a Hail Mary, and we're gonna see if Kirby or Tully can't live. Watch, they intercept this, run it back, get a touchdown on us. All right, boys. Play type pass. Hail Mary, let's go. I don't know if Kirby's tall enough in this game to do it. Tully, they have him just doing a cutout. For whatever reason, it's not letting me go. Post. It's just not letting him run. I don't know why it's not letting Tully just run. I don't know. I feel like they always change these things, and it annoys me. Oh, do we got you, Kirby? Oh, Kirby. Man, could have had another one. Tully and Kirby are probably responsible for Ron not having 2 more touchdowns on the night. Wasn't a pretty game, but we got it done. We got it done. We got it. MJ said they don't trust Kirby either. All right, let's do this quick Nicolet Law ad read. Let's get this over. Huge thank you to my friends over at Nicolet Law for making these streams possible, the giveaways we do for these streams possible, and really, I'm so grateful for them. So when it comes to injuries, you need a good game plan, and that's where Nicolet Law comes in. Insurance companies have their own playbook, and it is not in your favor. They are based right here. Nicolet Law is based right here in the Midwest, and they've helped thousands of injured folks get back on their feet. They deal with the insurance companies, so you don't have to fight to get you what's fair, and they don't get paid unless you win. Injured, get Nicolet. You can reach them at nicoletlaw.com or 1-855-NICOLET. Huge thank you to Nicolet. Really, we wouldn't be able to do it without them. So super grateful for them. Let's get back to this. All right, guys, we got to get back to GM mode here. Let's advance the week. I don't think we have. There's no chance we have any players of the week. I can't imagine. Patrick says, "Win is a win, baby. That's all that matters. One day, maybe we'll get a little bit better. We're gonna get some players of the week here going. After 2 weeks, or after 3 weeks, though, I feel like we're sitting all right standing wise. Let's take a look at our league standings. Vikings are 3-0. Holy, not for long. 3-0. Packers 2-1. Lions 2-1. Okay. Bears are 0-3. You love to see it. And then we are coming up on the Chiefs. And then we have some divisional rivals coming up. So that's fun. All right, let's go to this other one here. Yep. Tully says, I guess we're running sprints after the game, Kirby. Sounds like it. I got to be honest with you. It is sounding like it. Here's that giveaway link once again. If you did not get into it yet, we're going to be drawing that after we do our season, our GM mode here. So I screwed up last week. I didn't see what available players I had. So we need to negotiate some players. We don't have a ton of money, I don't think. We have 98 million in cap space. We have Tucker. We need to try to negotiate him, right? 45 million over 3 years. I feel like we have to do that. Oh, we lost Tucker. He's going to go to free agency. Doesn't mean we've lost him, but we can still try. Jaden and Christian are both free agents. Lucas Van Ness is a free agent. I think we can let Lucas go. Jordan, we could probably, that's our player option. Isaiah McDuffie, I feel like he's probably not an expensive sign. I think we can make him happen. Cool. Isaiah's good. All right, guys, we're not going to have money for both. Do we do Jaden or do we do Christian? Jaden is going to be more expensive. It looks like Jaden's, 8 million more expensive? 27.5, 35.6. So 8 million more expensive for Jaden. Possibly. We're not sure if we're going to sign either of them. Which one of those two? I feel like we need to also sign Wyatt. 15 million for a single year. I don't think I'm signing Wyatt at that. MJ says Watson. Carrington, 11 mil over 2 years. I feel like that's not terrible for a young corner. All right, we'll sign him. I've seen some Watson, so it sounds like Watson's going to be our guy. Let's see if we can't get him. We lost Watson. Do we try to get Watson in free agency, or do we pursue Jaden right now? Dontavian is 14 million over 2 years. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Keyshawn, 5 million in a year. Musgrave, I think we're going to let walk. A lot of these other guys, I think we're going to let walk. 3 million for a year on a punter. What do you guys think? Do we try to pursue Watson in free agency, or are we going Jaden Reed instead? I feel like we got to go after Watson or another option, right? We don't have a ton of cap space. We have 87 million. We also have, let's see here. Let's see what our team needs are. Is it going to show me this way? I don't think it's going to show me here. Watson free agency. All right, we're doing that. Thomas, good to see you, man. Let's jump into some free agency. All right, let's go. Let's go see what our team needs are. Team needs. We need some offensive linemen, center, left guard, defensive tackle, wide receiver, right tackle. We have some money to play with, but we have some guys coming up this year that we're going to need to re-sign. Zay Flowers, wide receiver. What do you think he's going to be? What do you think he's going to be getting paid? 4 years, $116 million over 4 years. Oh boy. Tucker, let's see if we can't get him in free agency. What he's $10 million more expensive in free agency right now? 3 years, $45 million? Can we justify that? Oh boy. I don't know that we can justify 45 million for him, can we? I'm going to try to lowball him. I don't think he's going to take it, but we're going to try. I don't know, that feels like a lot of money for him. Do we need a D tackle? Leonard is 86 overall. He's old. 21 million for a single year. Ouch. Who'd have thought D tackles are so expensive? We're going to try to lowball them, though. We're going the Ted Thompson route of free agency. We're going to just try lowballing people. Another defensive tackle. What's his 42 million for, geez, 21 million a year. Holy cow, defensive tackles are expensive. $35 million over 3 years. Let's see if we can't get him for like 10 a year. I think that's all. That's only, I can only offer 3 for the first round. So we gotta skip ahead to the next one. We also need to we need to try to get some offensive linemen. I think that's the big thing here. I don't think I'm signing anyone yet. Let's see. My signings, we got nothing. We got nothing so far. So that's good. Doing good as a GM so far. My concern is we have some big contracts coming up, and if we don't take care of those, or if I don't prioritize money there, I think we're going to be hurting. This offensive lineman class isn't the greatest either. As far as free agency, we can try to get this guy. I don't know if we're going to. Decent right tackle. He's an older guy. 18 million for a single year seems a little bit high. He's an older guy. I don't know how much interest he'll have. Let's try to get him for 17 mil. It's like I'm paying out of my own pocket. I don't know, guys. This is not a good we might be taking another step backwards this season. We still don't have a first round pick, which is not an ideal state. And I missed Watson. I meant to try to, he's still out there. Let's see. 3 years, 27 million. Let's just bump him up to that like 28 million. See if we can't get Watson back. We got any signings yet? Nope. We're not doing. I don't think we got one signed yet. I see targeted of Watson, but we didn't get any signed. Jaden signed with Commanders. Trey Tucker. Let's see if we can't. Should we bump up? How come? Oh, wait. You might be right, Patrick. I think I was just under the bulk, right? My signings. Oh, sweet. We snagged the right tackle, the right guard, and the defensive tackle. Where did Tucker go? Panthers? All right. So we got a few guys. Let's see. Let's advance another week and see where we're at. Nope, that was it for free agency. Did we sign anyone else? We got Watson back. All right, so that's not a bad thing. We have just under 30 million in cap space, which isn't great. Let's get to the draft. So we're gonna need offensive linemen. We're gonna need defensive tackle, wide receiver, and we still don't have a first round pick. So this is gonna go well. All right. Bears have the number 1 overall pick. Of course they do. Let's look at this board here. Left tackle is the number 1 prospect. Elite. Dude looks like a freak. Do you guys think that the Bears are going to go that, or are they going to go quarterback? Keep in mind, we're in like the year 2049 or something like that. So they have, this quarterback doesn't look good. Hopefully they take him, but I think they're going to go this left tackle. Let's see what they take. Yeah, they took that left tackle. All right, let's go to our user pick. Let's see what we got here. We are in the second round. We need offensive linemen. We might need a quarterback coming up, to be honest with you, too, because I don't think we're going to hit a point here where Love is not going to re-sign with us. He's going to be like $75 million a year, and we're not going to be able to afford it. But I don't think we're going to be at that point yet. But we have, it's around 2 to 3 talent. Oh, boy. We need a defensive tackle. We got one down here. He looks all right. I kind of go this route. I'm just looking at seeing who's putting together some like elite stuff on the field or on the like this guy looks great. What is he, a center? We need a center. I think this has got to be our guy. Elite acceleration, jumping, strength, great. I think this is our guy. Let's see how we did. B plus, 74th true value, not the greatest. Hidden potential, but it's all right. All right, let's get to the next one. We need offensive linemen, so I'm not super mad about that. At least next season we will have that first round pick. Is this the guy still sitting there from before? No. I wish I could somehow get you guys in here to be able to assist more with this process, because it's fun to get your guys' input on who we should draft, but it's hard to do it also at the same time. We're going to need offensive linemen, but I also don't want to just take who the top spot is. I also feel like if we don't have a great option, we could always trade down, or we could trade away the pick for more assets next year. I have a feeling this is probably going to be a rocky year, but we will see. Man, I don't know. I see some elites here. Only one. Do we take this guy as a backup? I feel like we got to take this guy as a backup. Fast quarterback, elite, good, great, good. We'll take a quarterback. Controversy, QB drafted in the 3rd round. 115th. We are doing much worse at drafting this round than last year or last week when we did this. Oh boy. Usually if I wasn't doing like a live stream, I'd be taking a lot more time on this, but I'm also not trying to spend too much time because I want to get this giveaway and not take up too much of your guys' night. Wide receiver, good call. We do need a wide receiver. Let's just go straight to a wide receiver, even if we're taking them. So we got some guys down here. We got great elite acceleration, good agilities, change of directions, great speed. Strength is, yeah, that's fine. I think we got to go one of those guys, right, Patrick? one of these elite guys. I think we're going to aim for someone who's more. Here's another elite, elite acceleration. Great, good. Great agility, elite acceleration, good speed. I think we got to go the guy with great speed, right? Elite acceleration, good agility, great jumping, great speed. I think that's the guy we got to go with, right? The slot receiver here. Deep threat. Patrick says it. Patrick gets it. 124th true value. We took him at 118. Not terrible. 83 speed. Some good acceleration. Nice pickup here in the 4th round. Let's see what we got here. Got another wide receiver. Let's see anything with good. We got some elite down here. Good change of direction. Boy, when you don't have that first round pick, it can be pretty difficult sometimes to get some like really good playmakers right off the rip. Got some elites down here. Strength, elite, good, solid. D tackle, elite speed, solid. I feel like as a D tackle, you need to have some great strength. You got to be able to bully your way through. Let's see what we got for D tackle. I think we already drafted one, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think it's a bad thing to see what else you could potentially get. Elite strength, solid. What do we go with here, guys? What do we got for corners? We didn't even look at corner. I feel like corners are usually one that you can get in free agency, but I don't try not to dilly-dally on this too much. Elite change of direction. Elite, solid, elite. Oh, did the clocks? What the hell happened there? I didn't select anyone. It apparently selected for me. I don't know why. So it selected for me. All right, we took a strong safety. The clock isn't running, so why? I have no idea why it picked for me. Apparently, I was supposed to take a strong safety. All right. I was dilly-dallying too long. It said, let's get on with our lives. What do we got here? Defensive tackle, elite speed, decent strength. I feel like if you're D tackle, you need elite. Speed rusher with elite acceleration. Good speed. Marginal. Let's take this. Let's take the speed rusher. Whatever. We need a speed rusher. We're just trying to get through. Nah, it was not a good pick. But that's all right. We're in the 6th round. What more do you want? We do need a punter or kicker. You're probably right there. I think our punter was a free agent. So maybe we should see what punter we got and just take one and not have to worry about it. All right. We don't care about tackling. We need. Are they really like. This guy looks good, right? I don't care. The thing is, I don't care about any of this stuff. Kick accuracy, pursuit. Doesn't show. This is a punter. Why is it showing me a bunch of different stuff? All right. We're going to take this guy. We do need a punter. So whatever. We're in the 7th round. Now we don't have to deal with it forever. So it's the only draft pick we've had tonight that was better value than our draft selection. Let's look at our draft recap. We got some work to do. Center, 72 overall. Everyone else was in their 60s. That was a god-awful draft by me. That is not going to go well. I'm not running this franchise too well, if we're being honest, guys. It is not going well for us. Let's adjust this depth chart, and then we are going to sim midway. We're not going to make the same mistakes we did this past week. We are gonna okay, let's advance. We're gonna look at our free agency. We are gonna look at our free agency. All right, depth chart. Let's get that going. Now we are going to advance to mid-season. While we're doing that, we will get giveaways going. We're going to give, boy, it's a tough one. We're going to give, why don't, oh man. I'm gonna go with a Ron question. It's a really tough one. I feel like I maybe need to redo this format to say like, hey, if it gets used, you'll get a bonus one because we get a lot of the same people coming in here. Man, there's been some good questions tonight. I need to almost start writing them down. It's tough because you guys all give so many good questions that it's hard to pick. It's hard to pick one. But I got those entered. We're going to give Ron a bonus one here. Steve, I love the name. All right. I have that ready, but let's get back into this game. Let's see what our free agencies are at. Our team does not look like it's doing well right now. Just looking at the averages of the league, we are 4-2. So that is not terrible. Bears are 5-2. Wow, they went from the first overall pick to now first in the NFC North. Let's take a look at what our free agents are. So where we screwed up last week. So we have Xavier. He is going to be 77 million over 4 years. And we have 57 in. Oh boy. We have to try to re-sign him, right? No, he didn't want to re-sign right up. So Edrin, I know I'm not going to be able to afford. 51 million over 3 years. All right, guys. It's time for Ben to step in as GM. We're going to do something. It's not going to be people aren't going to like it. But we're going to need to do it. We are shipping one of my favorite players in Edrin. We are not going in the division. Let's see if we can't get like a. Can we get 7th overall? Oh, they're in over their cap space. Okay, we're gonna try to go top 10 pick to someone in the AFC. Sorry, this is people probably aren't going to be happy about it. I'm not happy about shipping Edrin, that's for sure. The Jets might be our best option right now. All right, Oakland. Can we get a 3rd? We're close. Let's see if the Jets won't do it. Because if we could get that 11th pick and double up on first round picks, that might be big for us. All right, 11th overall for a player that we're going to lose in free agency. I don't think that's a terrible thing. We're going to have to sim a week. I don't know that we can justify re-upping Josh Jacobs. 30 mil over 3 years. It's going to hurt to lose him. But I just, with our salary or our cap where it's at, I don't think we can afford him. Javon, we got to re-sign one of them. I think Evan's going to be the guy, right? Can we get him for 3 years? Oh, he wants to. We are not doing good at signing these free agents as of yet. Rashawn, What's he? 1 year, 20 million. All right, Rashawn, have fun free agency, man. Jordan, we can't afford. All right, we're gonna have to send. We're gonna sim a week, and we're gonna see if we can't get him back. All right, let's bump up his bonus just a little bit. All right, we got Xavier back. That's a big win. Josh, we're gonna let walk. Do we do the ultimate Madden move and trade him for a first round pick too? Oh man, no, I feel like we gotta keep Josh. We're not trying to blow it up, right? We're not trying to have a terrible year. We're just managing our team. All right. Let's try to get Evan back. Evan's not liking us, man. Evan is not liking us. All right, we're gonna try Evan one more time, and if not, we'll try to get him at free agency. Evan's playing hardball here. Oh, nope. We're gonna try him in free agency or something down the way. And I don't think there's anyone else that we're rushing to get after. A lot of these guys are maybe guys that are a little bit older. Matthews coming up on his option. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the end of the season here. We're going to send to the playoffs. Let's see if we make it. We're 6-2 right now. We just traded away Edrin. Let's see if we make it to the postseason. Now we're going to be drawing our giveaway here in just a second. We're running a little late on these. Usually I try to keep these to an hour, but with doing a game and a season sim, it makes it tough. Oh boy, 11-6. We're both 11-6. We're at the Bears. Oh boy, this is deja vu all over again, isn't it? Here we go. Hey, we moved on. 137-27. Let's get another round. Are we going to make it to the NFC Championship game? We did. All right, before we do anything, let's see where our draft pick from the Browns ended up, or the Jets. 4th overall for Edrin. That's huge. That's going to set us up here. All right, NFC Championship game. Can we make it to a Super Bowl as the GM here? And I think that is where we fell short. What did we lose? We lost 38-21. The wheels fell off. The Falcons are playing the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I would really enjoy that Super Bowl. Let's see who won that one. 4th overall pick. That's awesome though. Super Bowl's here. Let's see if we had anyone in the yearly awards before we go too crazy. Dude, I swear the MVP is always Burrow. Rams had the offensive player of the year. We had the defensive player of the year again. Offensive rookie went to the 49ers. Defensive rookie to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, best quarterback. Best running back is the Bijan. Elijah Moore. Zach Tom, best offensive lineman. That's nice. Best defensive lineman. All right, we had some good guys here for us. All right. Let's get to the off season here, and then we are going to do our giveaway, and we are going to get out of here. But before we do, I guess let's take a look at. I want to look at the draft board, if it's going to let me. Is that not going to let me look at? Let's see what the mock draft says. Who we're going to take? They think we're going to take a right tackle, Dylan Rollins, at 4 overall. We'll see about that. I don't know that we're going to take a right tackle, especially when you have like maybe a wide receiver there, but we'll see. 4th overall could set us up big. So we need to do our homework. All right, let's look at see who won the Super Bowl, and then we are going to get out of here. What a Super Bowl! 29-27. The Atlanta Falcons clinched their first Super Bowl in their team history. So awesome! Hope you guys are enjoying that. I think it's fun to do the GMO. Difficult to win a Super Bowl, but maybe one day we'll get there. Let's do this giveaway, guys. Good luck to everyone. Let's stop sharing this, and we are going to grab this. All right, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Not as many during the Madden things, which is understandable. Patrick, you are on the board, my friend. 1 through 50, up or down, please. Chris says that was or MJ says that was interesting. I think it's fun to play the GM mode. It's very hard though. It is hard because you have no control over anything. So, whatever happens by simming happens. Patrick says 25. Can I get an up or a down, please, Patrick? Because we had people choose 25 already. Up or down. And we're going to see what you got. And then we are going to get out of here for another week. Down. Patrick, you got number 24. All right, Patrick. Number 24. You can't see it because it's blowing out on my camera. Maybe you can see it there. Patrick, you are walking away with a Gilbert Brown. Can't really see it. Gilbert Brown 8x10. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. I'll shoot you an email to get your address and I'll get that mailed out. Not this week. It'll probably be next week or the week after. But yeah. So close, Kirby. If anything, it should be Chad because, it's his birthday, but the wheel starts on my name. Rigged. Everything's rigged when you're Kirby. All right, guys. I appreciate you all immensely. Thank you all for the comments, hanging out with me, interacting with me. Even if this isn't your jam, I know watching me play Madden isn't necessarily everyone's jam, but I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. It's a lot of fun week in, week out, hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate it so much. So I look forward to seeing you same time, same place next week. And till then, have a great week and go Pack, go.